morning, students. Today we are going to start our second chapter of political science, that is rights in our Indian Constitution. In this chapter we will cover the points: what are rights, importance of rights, bills of rights, fundamental duties, description of fundamental rights, dangers for fundamental rights, and at last we will come to know about the role of judiciary as protector of our fundamental rights. So here we will start with first subtopic, that is what are rights. So students, in a very simple way we can define rights. Rights are kind of facilities or favorable conditions which are given by our constitution to us so that we can lead a very good, comfortable and dignified life. Really, these fundamental rights help us to have dignity in our life. It takes care of the dignity of an individual properly. Now, next is importance of rights. Under this, we have to discuss how important these rights are for us. These rights are in our life in the form of equality, liberty, right to religion, right to education, right to raise voice against exploitation, and finally, right to constitutional remedies. These fundamental rights are very essential for us if we want to enjoy or spend our life happily. With the help of these rights, really, we lead a very good life, we enjoy our life. We can imagine if these rights will not be there in our life, how our life will become dangerous. Now, we will move to next subtopic, bills of rights. Bills of rights are just like a set of rules and regulations which we have got from our constitution to follow these fundamental rights properly. If we have these fundamental rights, so we have a kind of duty to follow them in a very proper way. For example, if we have right to freedom, it does not mean that we are free what we want to do. We have to be very, very careful regarding freedom of others. We are not allowed to interfere in freedom of others. We are not allowed to enjoy in our life by hurting others. So these bills of rights always help us to remind how we have to follow these fundamental rights. Now, what comes? Fundamental duties. Students, always we have observed almost all the people in the society saying or talking about fundamental rights only. We never take care of, or we never like to talk about fundamental duties which we are supposed to follow nicely in the society. So today I shall tell you about different fundamental duties which we have got from our constitution, just like our fundamental rights. Now, these duties are first, respect Constitution anthem. Second, protect sovereignty and integrity of India. Third, to have spirit of fraternity. Fourth, to be ready for defending country when we are called. Fifth, preserve our culture. Preserve environment. Seventh, protect public property. First, we will discuss all these fundamental duties, then we will move to eighth one. First is, we should respect our constitution, national flag and national anthem. These are the symbol of our dignity. So we have to respect all these constitution, national flag and national anthem properly. Second, we have to protect our sovereignty and integrity of country India. It means we have to take care of our independence properly. We should not allow anyone to come and to rule here. We should be free to have a control over our country ourselves. Then we should take care of unity and diversity nicely in country India. As we know that number of people live in country India and they have different languages, culture, tradition, religion. So even then we have to be united. So we should take care of that. Next is, we should have a spirit of fraternity. Fraternity means brotherhood. We should be united. We should have a way of thinking that yes, we are one. Next is to be ready for defending country when we are called. In case of this situation that yes, we have to be ready to defend our country, to protect our country, we should be ready for that. Next is preserve our culture and tradition. Yes, again it should be our duty to preserve, to conserve our culture and tradition. Again, it's a symbol of dignity for our country India and obviously for all the citizens of country India. Next is, we should preserve our natural environment. Really, the environment which is naturally present around us, we should take care of that. As we know, most of the things or almost all the things we get from nature. These are in the form of resources and so many other things. Our life totally depends on these things which are present in our nature. So really it should be our duty to preserve or to conserve or to take care of our natural environment. Next is to protect public property. Whatever we are given by our country to enjoy as public property, we should take care of that. If all the people are enjoying these things, so it should be our duty to take care of these things. Only in this situation we can be able to enjoy these public properties. These public properties can be in the form of historical monuments, water resources, modes of transportation. So really we should take care of that. Now, next is scientific temper. Really, we should have scientific temper, means we should have way of thinking on the basis of logic thinking. We should have logic to think anything which can be helpful to lead a very good life or meaningful life. We should not be superstitious. We should have scientific way of thinking. We should know that what is the reason behind any happening or incident instead of believing on superstitions. Next is all the children in our country should have the facility of getting education. The children who are at the age of 6 or 14, they should go to school to get education. It should be the duty of their parents that yes, they should aware of the importance of education and they should send their children to get education in schools or at different levels. Next is to take care of needy people. Really, it should be followed by all the people in our country that whoever is needy in our society, we should be very careful to help them. We should try to fulfill their requirements or needs, whatever is possible for us to do. So in this way, we have these fundamental duties. Really students, no one can force to us to follow these fundamental duties, but really I want to add here, it should be our moral responsibility that if we want to enjoy our fundamental rights, we should be able to follow these duties nicely. Only then we can imagine to have a modern society where all can be able to have safe life. Now, after that, we are moving towards our fundamental rights. Students, now we are going to discuss all the fundamental rights which are given by our Constitution to us to have a dignified life. With the help of these fundamental rights, all the time we are able to enjoy our life in a very proper way. fundamental rights. Here, our first right is right to equality. Right to equality is a major fundamental right which is given by our constitution to us. Under this fundamental right, all the people living in our country are equal in front of laws, in front of justice. All are equal to have education. All are equal to adopt any career, any occupation. All are equal to follow any religion in the country. All have right to equality for moving from one place to another place in the country. All are equal to settle down in any corner of the country. All are equal to follow their tradition and culture properly, freely in the country. So, this is the description of right to equality. Overall, we can say that all the people have all the things equally in the society. Maybe these can be fundamental duties, these can be fundamental rights. Second is right to liberty. Right to liberty means we have right to freedom. Again, it's similar to right to equality. Students, you should be very, very careful that all the fundamental rights are getting connected to each other properly. Again, under right to liberty, we have to discuss same things, that under this right, all the people are free to have the facility of education. All are free to choose the career according to their will and wish. All are free to adopt any religion in the country. All are free to settle down in any corner of the country. All the people are free equally to move from one place to another place. All are free in front of justice to have the facility of impartial justice. Now next is right to religion. Beta, this is also a very important fundamental right which we have got from our constitution, the right to religion. In another way we can say secularism. Under this right, all are equal to follow any religion in the country. All are free to adopt any religion in the country. No one can force to anyone to adopt a specific religion. No one can force to anyone to leave his or her religion. All are free to show their deep faith towards their religion. Under this right to religion, all are free to change their religion. On the other hand, we can say no one can force to anyone to change his or her religion. Here, I want to give an example how all the religions are going to have respect equally in our country, India. Beta, we have so many traffic rules in our country which we are supposed to follow. Among of them, one rule is when we ride a bicycle or scooter, means if we are going to use two-wheeler, we are supposed to have helmet on our head. But on the contrary, we know that having turban on head is the symbol of self-respect or dignity for Sikh men especially. So, in our country India, in case of giving respect to this religion, this is only an example. Sikh men are free for not to wear helmet. They can move with their turban. If they want to wear helmet, okay then. If they don't want, no one can force to them to have helmet. It's a very good example of secularism in our country, India, which is going to be followed by everyone, I think, properly. Now, next is right to education. This is also a major fundamental right which we have got from our constitution. Under this right to education, all the people have right to education at different levels, especially children. Children, they should go to school to get education. We have a rule also that the children having age of 6 to 14, it's mandatory for them to go to school. And for this age or for this category, we have again a rule that these children can have free education. All the people can have right to education at higher secondary level, university level, and they can have admission in higher institutions also. And government is supposed to help them. Next is right to raise voice against exploitation. Children, under this right, we have right to raise our voice against exploitation. It means if anything is going on wrong in our society against us or against anyone, we should start raising our voice against it. We should help those people who are suffering from any problem in our society. For this, we can have so many sources. We can write articles in newspaper. We can inform to media. We